Hey YouTube, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be giving some examples of neurodiversity in action and kind of applying it to us as human beings being competitive with one another and having a hard time understanding things from somebody else's point of view. But before we get started, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you to please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Now, as human beings, many of us, we have a hard time seeing things from somebody else's point of view. We're all, society kind of trains us to be in competition with one another, and we think competition is healthy. And so we have this block as imperfect human beings that when we have a point of view on something, we kind of think that we're right and we're wrong. We're right and others are wrong when it comes to things that are really just different points of view. And the way our different personality types, brain types, and the way our brains work might see things just a little bit different. And that's actually a good thing. I love discussing topics and I love listening to, even if I don't, you can learn from somebody even if you disagree with them, you can still learn from them. And so what I get a lot of times is when I share my opinion with somebody, because I am neurodiverse, I oftentimes try to come at things from a little bit of a different angle and I like to share. And what I get a lot of is people saying, I get a lot of the no word. I'll say something and that I've put thought into that is my opinion on something, and I'll hear no, and then they fill in their opinion, which means that they rejected what I was saying and then tried to fill in on me what they think about the particular situation. So, what I try to do when I see things a little bit differently than somebody else, I like to disagree, but agreeably. I try as often as I can um, to not use the word no. I will let them share their opinion and I will listen to it fairly and I will keep it in mind as I continue to think about stuff. But if I see things a little bit differently than them, after I've let them speak and they've said what they think about it, I don't use the word no, but then I'll fill in, I'll just share my particular opinion. At which point I usually hear the word no again and they just go back to their opinion. You know, we all have different personality types. Our brains all work different, whether you're autistic like me or whether you're neurotypical. Wouldn't it be boring if the whole world was just like us? You know, sometimes I've even heard people say, "Oh, you just need to toughen up, become a man." It's like, well, you just displayed your fragility for everybody to see. It's like, so what? Okay, I'm not quite understanding the point. If I displayed my fragility, you've just displayed your toughness. Uh, so maybe you're tough and I'm more sensitive. There's a place in the world for both personality types, and it's not one or the other, or no, just you know what I mean. That's just an example that I just came up with. There's other examples I'm sure that are better that I could use. So I love listening to things from other people's perspective, but then I like to share mine too. But then oftentimes I've noticed that I just hear the word no a lot, which means that we have a hard time seeing things from another person's point of view. Whereas one person may have a particular like, let's just use job type for example. Some person may be miserable working fast food, and they'll say something along the lines of, I don't see how anybody could work fast food, it's miserable. And well, some other people might really like working fast food because that's how their brain works and they're able to, multitask and do stuff, and they actually enjoy it. But for the person to say, I don't see how anybody could do that, it's like more of, well, I wouldn't be able to do that because that's what I like, but I like this particular career. So again, it would be totally boring if everybody in the world thought exactly the same way we did, because we're all so neurodiverse. That's what makes life interesting, and we all have something to offer. And even if we don't agree with somebody completely, we can still learn from each other. But society has trained us to be so competitive that it's just like, seems like instinct that's just ingrained into us to be competitive, even if it's with thoughts and opinions that aren't really necessarily something that's right or wrong. So I like to disagree agreeably, and I try not to use the word no, I just share my opinion after the fact. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, people.